Out of the Void is a Gamezenter exclusive print-on-demand product containing 7 investigators and their replacement signature cards for Arkham Horror the card game. Greetings owners of luxury cardboard rectangles! On today's video we will be telling you all about the 7 variant investigators which at the time of recording have not appeared in an official expansion. Well, not in this guise. Whilst you may have seen these investigators and their abilities before, all of these have alternative artwork on their main card. And on their mini card. Their signature cards are all replacement cards, totally different to those that appear in the retail products, and often with quotes from the books they were sold in. We have a great tutorial video on how the replacement keyword works, so don't sweat it. Way back in 2017, Fantasy Flight Games began to release a series of hardback novellas, featuring some of the characters from the Arkham horror files. They did a similar thing for Legend of the Five Rings. Not content with making them a premium hardback and jam-packing each one with a thematic colour supplement at least a dozen pages long, they were worried they might not sell. So naturally they turned to the unspeakable evils of mechanically unique promo cards. Such an unholy bargain meant they flew off the shelves like hotcakes and were frequently out of stock, leading to much wailing and gnashing of teeth on the Reddits and unpopular eBay prices. Eventually, the fiction portion of FFG was spun off into its own studio, Aconite Books, and all previous literature went out of print for good. Not wanting to see players deprived of these treasure troves, Aconite republished them and for your convenience bound them into just 2 collected anthologies. For your convenience, they also removed the amazing colour pages, the hardback covers with their unique artwork and those pesky promo cards, because we all know no gamer has ever been a completionist. Luckily, we have videos all about these lost relics, so you can torment yourself with FOMO at your leisure. But at the start of 2022, this humble paper package appeared for sale exclusively in the Gamezenter store in Roseville, Minnesota. After Asmodee took over Fantasy Flight Games, its founder Christian Peterson left the company taking 2 things with him. First was the FFG's gaming center and retail outlet. It's where they host the official Arkham Nights events. He rebranded this Gamezenter to appeal to the cool kids, but it was business as usual. Second was FFG's internal printing center, which produced all their print-on-demand product as well as their organized play promos and playmats. He rebranded this Artiforge, and as well as continuing to sell POD product, he was able to expand their offerings with early versions of standalone scenarios and retail versions of the free print-and-play material from the FFG website. It is compact in size with about the same footprint as an old Mythos pack, or an Investigator starter deck if you are too young to remember Mythos packs, but it is thinner, containing only 35 cards. It has a one-piece wraparound cardboard cover that is glued closed by a very strong adhesive. As people who have frequently filmed on the shoreline, we can tell you the most dangerous thing beneath the waves isn't Cthulhu, but single-use plastics. The cardboard isn't meant to be permanent storage, as wear or even humidity will see the paper layer peel off the backing at the edges and corners, and eventually it will sag and not maintain its inflated position. Most people just throw this away anyway, as there is plenty of room for these cards in your revised core box. On the front we have Dexter Drake from the cover of his novella Blood of Balshandor. On the rear is the same blurb from the website detailing the contents. The investigators are listed in this weird 5-2 split, as Roland Banks and Jenny Barnes were already in the card game when their novellas were released, but the others debuted in novella form, with replacement cards before their base versions were ever seen. As of the Scarlet Keys, we haven't had the standard version of Gloria Goldberg released yet. Perplexingly, there is a statement saying these are professionally produced versions of the free print and play files on the FFG website. But it says this on all these products, even the scenarios, so we are guessing interns can't copy and paste these days. If you don't want to battle with the adhesive, the most convenient way is to cut the top off. Inside, unfortunately, is a plastic pouch which doesn't look recyclable, but without it the cards inside would certainly be damaged by moving about during shipping. It looks like this should be heat sealed, but ours wasn't quite, so double check nothing has fallen out. There is no handy Ziploc bag and everything is bundled together with the mini cards on top. The cards are packed in publication order, handily separated by the rule cards which you don't need 7 copies of. They just explain the replacement keyword if your internet is down and you don't have time to watch a 3-minute tutorial. Some of the cards will probably appear stuck together when you get them due to the way they are manufactured. Just flex them gently and they should part naturally, but do keep these cards dry or stuff like this happens. You're going to want a slideshow, aren't you? Well, here are the replacement cards and we will stick Gloria at the end if you haven't seen her. Whilst the files used to print these items are the same as those used on the cards sold in the novellas, the printing hardware and process is different. We won't bore you with the difference between digital and offset equipment, but these domestically produced items won't exactly match the quality of your retail product. This difference is most visible in the chunky text. Looking at them in isolation, they seem okay, but side by side you can really appreciate the fine line typography on official cards. The card backs too lack the fine colour differentiation, and you won't be able to see the hidden tentacles as easily on the print-on-demand cards. These are much better than they were, however. Check out our original Carnivale video to see the faded colours and miscutting from back in the day. We purchased 6 copies of this scenario with international shipping, making it one of our most expensive videos ever. Luckily, around the time of the Knights Usurper Arkham Knight scenario, they invested in better equipment, and these cards are much nicer. Just put them in sleeves and the backs should look the same. Despite being a Gamezenter exclusive, many retailers around the world put in bulk orders, so this may have been available locally for a time, but those days are gone and you need to get it straight from the source. It is easy to order as they take PayPal and Google Pay, so you probably don't need a whole video about the checkout process or explaining the different shipping services on offer. But if you do, check out our Fortune and Folly Arkham Knight Edition video where we get super detailed about international shipping and how to save money. These aren't the only print-on-demand products the Gamezenter makes. If you would like us to tell you more about the wider range in a future video, let us know in those comments below. Because we love paying international shipping. Literally, as we were making this video, and hopefully not because of it, the Gamezenter announced that they no longer held the license to sell these products, so stop watching this video and go buy one before it's too late.